Okay, what can we conclude? Let's look at the given information. And when they say what can we conclude and why, it's really going to be, if it's a congruence statement, we're going to make it, well, if there's congruence with the triangles, we'll make the congruent statement and we'll tell why we know it, which theorem or postulate tells us this. So, what's the given information? Well, angle H is congruent to angle L. Sorry about that. And we can mark it. Like that. That's congruent to that. Now, what else do we know? HJ is congruent to JL. This is congruent to this. What else do we know? What else we know, and I'm going to put this in blue to kind of keep everything from getting too cluttered, is that angle is congruent to that angle through vertical angles theorem. So let me see if I can just readjust this there, and then those two angle marks there. And now we know that the triangles are congruent. How do we know that they're congruent? Through angle, side, angle. So let's first eliminate the ones that we know are not true. We have angle, side, angle congruence. So let's cross out B and D. It's not side, angle, side. It's angle, side, angle. Now let's check and see whether the congruent statement for A is correct or the one for B is correct. So A says Hij is congruent to LKJ. So let's see, does H correspond with L? Does H correspond with L? Yep, it does. Does I correspond with K? I corresponds with K, yep. And does J correspond with J? Yes, they're sharing that vertex, so it corresponds. So seems like it's A. Let's just check C to be sure. Checking the answers to make sure that the wrong answers are actually wrong is a great way of just ensuring that you've picked the right one. So H to J, H, nope, falls apart right immediately. H does not correspond with J on that triangle. So we cross out C and we circle A. That's our answer.